How y'all doing? This is Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Retro TV 91. And this time I'm doing another movie reviews, and this time I'm reviewing Star Trek Beyond. What happens on this movie is the Enterprise is in 3 years of their 5-year journey in deep space, and they are going to a new base that is made, and they go into the base, and Captain Kirk has a position to become an admiral and not be a captain no more, and he's thinking about it. And what happens is this escape pod comes to this base and requests to come in there, and she's saying that she needs help getting back to a planet where her ship and all her crew were stranded. And come to find out that this woman's helping the villain of this movie named Creel, something like that. And she leads the Enterprise to this abandoned planet. And this is where we meet Jaylah. She's also an alien that's really abandoned on this planet, is trying to find a way back off this planet to get away from Paul and his men. And she is on the Franklin. It's an old Federation ship, and the captain of the ship and all his crew were lost in space, and nobody ever came and found them. And toward the end of the movie, we find out that this is Krall, and his fleet is from Starship Franklin. And the reason we find this out is because toward the end of the movie, Krall goes to this base and gets this device that they've been after this whole movie. And the device is the device that James Kirk is trying to make a peace offering with this alien race that we meet in the first beginning of the movie. And they don't want it, and they put it back on Starship Enterprise, and then the Starship Enterprise goes and does what I told y'all. They go to this base, and then they meet the woman I told y'all about. And now they're going to the planet, and they get attacked by Krall and his people, and they crash land on this planet, and Krall is trying to find this piece of this weapon. And he finds it because James Kirk gave it to one of his crew members, that she can move her head back and forth. She's an alien, and she hid this inside her head. And Krall finds it, and he activates this weapon. And what it is, it disintegrates anything that gets around. And Krall's going to use this to destroy the Starfleet base at the end of the movie. And he takes his whole fleet to this base to attack it. And while this is happening, James is getting all his crew back on the Franklin, and they start up the Franklin and get it running, and they go after Krall and his men. Well, they find out that Krall and his men are kind of like a swarm, a hive, and their ships run in frequency, and to disrupt this frequency is the only way to destroy them. So they use some of Jaylah's music that she's been listening to while because she lived on the Franklin. This is where she lived at while she was stranded on this island. And they use some music to disrupt the frequency of Krall and his men's ship, and they destroy his fleet. And Krall gets through into this base and is trying to get to the center of it to use this weapon. Well, he gets to the center of it, and then James and them find out who Krall is. They find out that he's the captain, the old captain of Franklin, and James fights him and is able to stop him by pushing him into his own weapon and shooting him out of space. And Krall disintegrates and dies. And James has decided to stay on as captain of the Enterprise. And that's the end of the movie, and that's all that really happened. Besides Gabriel becoming a part of Starfleet and going into the Academy, and that's all that really happened. If y'all ever watched Star Trek Beyond, what did y'all like about it? As always, Christian R&B signing out. That if you use also,